Ugh. Yeah, I don't even necessarily like. I don't want to beat the run on this instance. I just want to have one that goes long. How was it avoiding spoilers from the family? I got to watch Rory and Amber play Friday night after stream was over. I got to watch the both of them play. Rory on the big screen on the PlayStation and Amber on the laptop downstairs. By the end of Friday night, beginning of Saturday morning, I could not watch them play anymore, which kind of sucked because it meant that for most of the weekend, I didn't get to be in my living room. I was either on my bed in my bedroom or in my office all weekend long because I couldn't go down into the living room because they were finding things I'd never seen before. Chat, do we go tool shed to try to just beef ourselves up? Or do we go shrine in the hopes of blowing that thing straight to hell? I feel like because we have 1 day left on the blessing from this one, I think we have 1 day left. Maybe, well, or did we use them all up? I'm gonna go tool shed. I think we have one. Yeah, we have 1 day of blessing left. Let's let that run out, and in the meantime, let's start the run with like some advantages for a change. And then after today, if we see the shrine, we'll bring it up again because I'd like to blow that thing straight to hell. Yeah, the watering can is going to give us 3 gems off the rip, which we could desperately need. Running out of gems has been a real nightmare for us of late. Den is perfect right off the jump. We need a sledgehammer. Oh. Well. What you don't understand is I make love to my hand. Holy shit. Oh, this is another place where you can find the date. That's useful. I know it may sound funny, but I beat my dick like it owes me money. Yo, would y'all like to give me some of them safe deposit box keys? That'd be swell. It's not my house until I solve the riddle of the fucking Sphinx or whatever. Alright, so we got pray and pry. That's as good a place as any. You just stick the hallway. Aha. I did figure out the shelter safe. That's where the red envelope was. Parlor me, please. And I just really can't afford to mess this puzzle up. Oh my god. Can you imagine how much gold we'd have if we'd found this first? Oh. Aching hells, man. Yeah, sorted out the date. Sorted out the date and the time. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter U. The blue box is true. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter B. Well, technically, this has the letter U. And that has the letter U. And that doesn't. Technically, this has the letter B, and that has the letter B, and that doesn't. Oh.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, so that's true. And that's true. Yo, Sam, what's going on, homie? JJ Madison, 12-month gifty to Sam. Appreciate you both. Alright, so this one's technically true. That one's true, which means this one's false. Hooray! Oh, you know, tariffs rip. Just making America great again. You know how it be. Don't all three have B's and U's? This one has a U and a B. This one has a U and a B. And this one did not have a U. How you be? I don't know. That's that's as true as I feel like I can really make it. I'm not sure. From one day to the next. Good? Good adjacent? Good-ish? As the locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. Yeah, there's a part of me that feels like I need the key here. I haven't been to the locker room or the sauna yet. Kicking my legs like hell just trying to keep my head above water. That's every day. I'm gonna hold on to my gems. This game's got me nerve-wracked about running out of gems. Gem in bedroom? Gotta be faster. Oh yeah, look at that. But you were correct, which is really all that matters. As long as you're correct, I'll burn steps. Oh my god, yes. Bridge and Bride? We'll leave those for now. I have to go for a walk. I have to go see if something's still open. Yeah, I would like them to sell me keys. That would be great. Or a lockpick set would be even better. Are you forever open now? You're goddamn right you are. They even left all the boxes in the same place that I had them, which is super helpful. North of Reservoir. Okay, that we knew. What is this bullshit? One backup lever for each antechamber door has been installed in separate locations for redundancy. However, we've been told that the locations of this reserve system will not be disclosed to the staff. So there are backup? There are backup levers? We knew about the greenhouse, we knew about the Great Hall, we knew about the secret garden as of today. We've read about the underground north lever. We've not been there yet. But now, yeah, now it's like there's 8 levers for the antechamber? "100 bells. Sandy Heights, 5 p.m. I don't know what the fuck that means. The red envelope was a piece of lore hinting that Marion Marigold may be alive that we found in the time vault in the shelter. Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like when I feel like I've gotten all the way to the very end, if I can't figure out what the hell the purpose of that card was, I will head to the internet and see what they speculate. Okay. Damn, there's a lot of levers. I didn't know that. No, I need the basement key to open the basement door, and the basement key is right there. And we have not even sniffed that part of the layout today. The game has been unforgiving. I don't hate it. We get that gem right back. And a turnip to boot. And a sledgehammer. And an old rusty nail. Did we have a lockbox that I was thinking about smacking the shit out of? Or is that... Did I imagine that? Oh, nope, it's right there. Oh my god, yes. We had to run brick earlier because I didn't have the electronic key card, and the only door out was a security door, even after we had set the number of them to low. The game was like, well, 1's a low number if we just put it in the only place where you could possibly have a door. If I was ever going to be able to afford something in the showroom, today's the day. A moon pendant. If you call it a day while wearing the moon pendant, you will start tomorrow with 2 of the items in your inventory. A silver spoon. Whenever you gain steps from eating, gain twice that many steps. An ornate compass. While drafting, you may rotate the first 3 floor plans you draw. An emerald bracelet. You do not have to pay the gem costs of floor plans. I want to wait and see how much money we end up with. And then I'll decide, like, you know what I mean? Not like win the run bricks, but if we can get up to 60 gold, I'll come back here and shop with 60 gold. Yes, 1 of each, please. Send them to my valet. He will escort them to the car. Now that we have the key card, I would like to see a ton of them. We got the coin purse, sadly, after the vault. It was like the second room after the vault, which was a huge buzzkill. the garage. I don't know. Maybe we'll see the utility room. Our digs have not been... Outside of that one stretch where we got a turnip like 3 times in a row, our digs have not been great. PC's been behaving for the most part. Yeah, Alex, we had a day where I spent basically 2.5 hours dealing with... You ever see Malcolm in the Middle? There was a scene in Malcolm in the Middle where Bryan Cranston is the dad. I can't remember what it was. Like, basically, at some point, he goes and, like, has, like, a wobbly doorknob somewhere. I'm paraphrasing this whole thing because I can't remember the whole sequence of events. And as he is investigating replacing this one part in his house, it daisy chains into, like, 9 different things that ends with him, like, having to get the foundation worked on and the water heater replaced and all. It was an example of how home ownership can be like, oh, what's this stain on the wall? And the next thing you know is you're out $35,000. And that was kind of what my day was the other day, where we had blueprints crash. And I was just like, absolutely not. This is clearly my computer and not Isaac. Something's wrong. And so all we wanted to do was to run a program that would allow us to basically tell the processor to chill the fuck out because we thought it was overexerting itself. And that led us to... I have to pull up your message to see, because you're the only place I documented the bullshit we went through that day. At first, we tried to upgrade the graphics drivers, and that froze the desktop environment so that I couldn't click on anything. I couldn't right click. I couldn't Control-Alt-Delete. I couldn't hit the Windows key to access the start menu. Nothing. Couldn't click on icons. So that turns out to be a Windows 11 most recent update bug. So then I had to try to figure out a way to hit a restore date or roll back the most recent update to get Windows to function again. It took us a long time to figure out how to get BIOS to show us the safe boot screen for Windows, because none of the buttons were working because the desktop environment was basically frozen. And so, like, we could get it to a place where it was supposed to bring up the safe, you know, the recovery and safe boot version of Windows, but it would just be the spinning mouse icon and all black. So eventually, we took the HDMI cable out of the graphics card and put it into the integrated graphics card on the motherboard, and that allowed us to see the boot sequence and the security options and safety and recovery options. We told it to uninstall the most recent update, and it said, sure, be right on it. And then it took about 2 minutes and then said, yo, dog, we can't do that. Sorry, you're going to have to reinstall Windows from scratch. At which point I took a big, deep breath in because I kind of wanted to burn my own house down. And the houses of a couple of my neighbors I don't like. Because at that point, if I'm going to jail for arson, I might as well get something out of it. Fortunately, before we committed to that, we went to go check and see if we had a system restore point that was before this update. And we did have a system restore point that was from like a week and a half ago. And it was the only one. And that worked so that we didn't have to reinstall Windows. Then we were able to access Windows and interact with the desktop environment. And we tried to boot up this Intel program that basically lets you dial down your CPU. But it said it would not function. And the reason it wouldn't function was any of the like 6 reasons it listed. One of them was that it wanted us to update the flash, the BIOS driver, like the update the BIOS, which I had not done. And we were having a real bear of a time with that. And then there was some graphics something or other, or some CPU underclocking something or other that it wanted us to toggle. So then we did both of those things. And then we underclocked the CPU. And that seems to have stabilized it. But that was, we think we have stabilized the build so that we have not seen an Isaac crash or a Blueprints crash since. You water cooled? I have no idea. It's a pre-built system, and sometimes I clean it. That's as far as my tech knowledge goes anymore. I am willfully pretty fucking stupid when it comes to my own PC anymore. I used to be smart, but that was like 20 years ago. I think we're gonna stick the... Yes, there are in fact visible hoses. They did install a liquid cooling system for the CPU. As a matter of fact, I have that in both of my PCs. Both of my PCs are new enough that's in there. My last one was cooled by sheer force of will. Alright, now we got the gymnasium placed and the dark room placed. That's true, the last one was the last one was cooled by a family of spiders that lived in it. That really pissed off my friend who came to help me move my office from one house to the new house. And he showed up and he's a tech guy by trade. And he was like, what's going on here? And I was just like, oh, is there spider webs down there? And he's like, yeah, asshole. Why is that normal to you? And I was like, well, I mean, you know, I clean it up as often as I can. I was like, it's in the streaming PC, right? And he's like, no, it's in the gaming PC. And I was like, that's weird. They usually set up shop in the streaming PC. And at that point, he was like, I might just get on a plane and go back to Los Angeles if it's all the same to you, dickhead. Yeah, I was shocked that there were that many steps, Alex. I was like, you know, that's one of those things where I was like, man, this is probably way easy for someone like Nate, but I'm pretty stupid, you know? I guess it's got to be the kitchen. I hate that, but like, oh, I guess it doesn't have to be the kitchen. Boy, the gymnasium can't fuck us, though. What are the dots above the room? I think it might be rarity. Oh, I guess it could be the secret passage. I'm a big dumb idiot. We could just go secret passage here. Or we go utility closet and we just set up the dark room so that we can explore these two rooms down here. The secret passage is cool, but it makes it difficult to double back to all this negative space. But if I do the utility closet, I have to do this to get in there. And that doesn't feel great. But the utility closet does let us turn off the gym and the dark room. Tiger and Tear? It's the best I got. Glad to see it seems to be working. Don't touch anything. I try not to raise my voice anymore. I'm so scared of breaking this setup. Every streamer I know, except for people like Ammunition who are just smarter than me, has their stuff built on a house of cards. It just seems like at any given moment it's gonna shit the bed. Yeah, and ammunition is pretty fucking great. Well, I guess I won't be able to get all these rooms. Probably keys. Could be a decent amount of coins if we're trying to buy something from the shop. Or we could just go to the storeroom and get what's what. Let's go for the potential upside here. We've had coins back here. It doesn't look like we're gonna get dick all for free coins, but we'll do some math real quick. 9, 5, 16, 6 times 5 is 30. It's 3, 20, 14, 28, 4. Oh. I haven't got to fiddle too much with the silver key. Unlocking the door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. Well, that is 1,000,000% what we're gonna do when we go up through the gymnasium. When we go up through the gymnasium, we are... Is it an SOS? Is this an SOS situation? Do we use this just to make sure we're not boned? Do you have other options? No, I don't. Yeah, better safe than sorry. Yeah, the conference room is huge, and it doesn't cost us a gem to use it. I don't think we spread anything today. Oh, dude, the conference room with windows looks great. Yeah, the conference room with windows looks really good. Shit. I'm about to run out of keys. Honestly, well, I don't want to just end that. I think we do the courtyard because it's always unlocked and we are running woefully low on keys. Oh, are there pictures in here? All right, we'll do those real quick. That storm. No. Rain and grain. That's 3 G's in a row. I thought it was wheat and weather, but that's not a 1-letter separation. The last room had picks in it too. Probably tub and tube. We'll probably have to walk back, especially if we want to go to the showroom and buy anything. I'm gonna try to work my way across. Oh, right, watering can. Hell yeah. Makes me need to take a piss. Keys? Hell yeah. Look at that interest. Look at that interest we're accruing. I'm sorry. The fuck is this? Yo, this is the crank for the elevator. You're goddamn right it is. So that's probably on the backside of the foundation every time. Interesting. Okay, well, if and when we have the steps, I'd love to go down there with the basement key. But I don't think it's worth burning steps to go down there just yet. I want to investigate it, but I want to be judicious about this. All right, cool. That's huge. Oh God, that's been bothering me. I'm so happy that that's taken care of now. Thank God for these gems. Oh, the watering can's been a monster this run. Nice. Real big. Real big for us. What does the watering can do? The first however many times you go into a green room, you can expend the watering can and get a gem back. It's like 3x. Oh my God. We got all the gems in the world now. We're gem rich. That's a bummer. What's going on in here? You got an item for me in here? Yeah, keys are good. We were running real scant on keys. Alright, let's see if we can build out this area down here. I can't put a passageway there. I'm gonna put it... Oh, I'm gonna save the quarry yard because I feel like it could be more useful in other spots. It's not what I meant, game, and I feel like you know it. Pictures? God damn it. You right. Cart. And chart. Supposed to be 44 combinations of this. What do the pictures mean? Each one of the pictures has a letter. You can omit a letter and turn it into the other one. So chart turns into cart. And the study said that the 44 letters are supposed to make up a message. I'll be damned if I know exactly how we're going to figure that out, but that's a problem for down the road, Taffy. That key's a huge pickup here. I'm also just now realizing I don't know how frequently keys show up. It feels like keys don't show up very often in the holes. Well, we got key rich all of a sudden. Yeah. Yeah, the courtyards are green and orange because we modified the room to be the quarry yard. So the corridor, the rooms were always unlocked, and the courtyard now is the quarry yard, which means that all these doors are always unlocked. Let's go inside first. Yeah, the quarry yard seemed too good to pass up. I have picked a couple of rooms for upgrades that were clearly not the best option, or at least it seemed that way. For example, I picked the option for the mailroom, which I haven't seen since I picked the upgrade, but I picked the option for the mailroom where if I go into the mailroom and order a parcel, one option was called same-day delivery, which I think meant after 8 in-game hours, an item would show up in the mailroom on the same run. One was called no contact delivery, on which the next day your parcel would be delivered to the front steps of the estate without even having to place the mailroom. And then the third option, which is the one I took, and I don't remember what it was called, like oversized delivery or something like that, was what it called a very large package would be delivered after 3 days. And there was just a part of me that was like, man, that sounds like like if it was gonna offer you a BFG or something like that. Yo, are we gonna get to see Altara again? You're goddamn right we are. Plus, we're gonna get a shitload of gold for coming in here. So I was the curiosity was way too strong. I gotta see what constitutes a very large package. It's the kind of thing that makes me wonder. It's like instead of getting like a key card and a gem and a coin and a key, like is it the kind of thing where I could get like the telescopic looking glass and a shovel and a coin and a key or something like that? That's a fishing pole. And that's a, oh, road and rod. Yeah, that makes sense. Road and rod. Oh, Oppenheimer, I hope your day gets going better. I saw a pole and was trying to figure out what the hell. I'm gonna wait until my printer is done cleaning itself. Like a very loud cat. Made out of machine parts. Well, you don't hear it because I have a noise gate on. If I was... There it goes. You can kind of hear it in the background if I just keep talking. It sounds like there's a conveyor belt. It's the same reason you don't hear the air conditioner most times. I'm not going to let this thing interrupt Altara. Or Alzara. Inklo. Whatever. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm very excited. I'm going to turn the volume up.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
I'm about to find out, Ice.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear.
The broken down car by the fountain out front?
I see the darkened cloud of ruin.
Uh-oh.
Familiar to us both. Now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes
I've got one.
resting upon 8 pedestals.
They're probably in the safes.
And in these 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands.
I have Courtney's letter.
8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7. Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms,
Crown and Crow.
there is a letter missing. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
This game's too good. Oh, hell yeah. thought it might have something more to say than that. I'm gonna buy that 60 gold thing. I'm gonna give him 55 bucks and a shoe. That should be enough. So many core yards. Oh, for once we don't have a chest in here. Light bummer, man. That's got to be all my core yards. No, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, well, we got 2 more core yards. Well, if we're gonna brick this side of the... If we're gonna brick this side, we might as well... Do we want guest bedroom steps and potentially an item? Or do we want the greenhouse and access to a lever? I'm gonna do the greenhouse. That looks like the kind of thing I could knock out with a... You know what I mean? Like, this is the second place I've seen where I'm like, I bet you the sledgehammer would fuck that area up. So we got one in the greenhouse and one in the secret garden. It has a lever? Yeah, but I don't. It's missing the crank. It's gonna cost me some steps, but I'm gonna do it. I just don't want to run out of resources, and right now I have more steps than anything else. Give me all those fucking gems. I think that's all of them. We are gem rich. The Vernata. Very greenhousey sort of run, I guess. Oh my god. You guys keep spelling Vernata wrong. I'm gonna put the West Wing hall... Well, wait, am I? Hallway doors are always unlocked. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna put the West Wing hall here. I don't remember the foyer being all that exciting. I got keys, and I got the security card, so I'm not as worried about doors being unlocked. Not with this many squares left. Oh, pictures, you're goddamn right. Box, no. Chart. And crate? Crate. Box. No. Graph and... Crate. Crate and rate? Yeah, that was a tough one. Alright, Cloister. One of these days I'm gonna figure out how to get the hell in here. Even the gardener forgot how this shit was supposed to work. Yo, Brizzy, what's going on, homeboy? Just jump, dummy! Spacebar! Why are you making this complicated? What happens if I put the tunnel in up against a wall? I wonder.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the
Yo,
cave.
Meat Shield, tier 3, 51 months, man. I appreciate the hell out of you. That's incredibly generous. Incredibly generous. Tie and time. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pencil and paper taking notes kind of game for sure. For sure. Well, this sucks because I actually have the means to open the south door of the antechamber. Well, no, I don't. I'd have to find the lever. But the pantry's gonna give us... I'll get the 60 coins and the pantry's gonna give us steps. Which is really important. Because we are running low. Keys are going okay. Library feels pretty good. Y'all gonna get to read a book with me. Oh my. Metal detector, why are you so good? Have we eaten dinner on this run? We have not. We have not even seen the dining room yet on this run. On this run. We had it on the last one. If I'm gonna read this, I may need to go make myself some lunch broth. The History of Orindia, 2nd edition. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Finn Aries Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination, by Caleb Manning, Ruffington Red Publishing, 1979. Okay. It's like the Epstein files. The name used to designate realms of the Eastern Water is no longer known to the average citizen, elder generation. We must permit our leaders to enjoy us to abandon our past. Okay. Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, often denoted as Agera, as the ascension of the first king blank, whose name Horus would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, no, it doesn't let us see through the redactions. It is curious, though, that they gave us the magnifying glass here. Maybe they do that on all books. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, a new kingdom was born. It was the 4th king who split the vast domain into 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse, which at the time was not as developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to the middle child, his only daughter, he gifted the southern region of Orindia, a land steeped in tradition. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? How's it going? We've made crazy progress today. 3rd era. As the 2nd era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by the respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the 3rd era was defined by blank. Commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation of the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, the sigilly stuff was over there too. Like we have those mostly marked down. So that's the one on the bottom was the hell was it called? Iraja. I guess I can fill that note in now. And the first one was Ajera, which I somehow managed to spell the first 2 letters wrong. Sorry, I'm just looking. And the top, oh, sorry, I didn't spell it wrong. The top one was Arch Ares. I'm an idiot. Yeah, the top one's Arch Ares. The bottom one's Ajera. And then it doesn't say what the middle one was. It's probably Orin, I would imagine. Alright. As the kingdom entered the 4th era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desolates the Third was a, who knows, king who was often seen drinking, a sight that shocked not only the gentry of the court, but the masses as well. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department and this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you're not only tolerant, but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter, the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I'd heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of Orindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that's the case, then I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we will have a laugh about this after you've given me the actual manuscript. Until then, Baron Detective Bon Margle, Redguard. Desolate was renowned as the king of no one when he made the decision. Castle and court behind. The people were overjoyed by this choice. Were those that viewed the king's conduct unbecoming. Common folk, voices planted seed, which took root. Grand city of Fen. After the passing of King Desolate III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died. On the next day, the 6th of October, Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a number of supporters due to the fact that King Desolate IV shared little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Finsurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city street, stained in red. The pacification of Fen, they said, as everything's on fire. The brutality and the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by the neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was a general of the Northern Regiment who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together, they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Ares and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried one in every 3 men. Prince Learson added himself another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Horus had fallen, and with it, the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place, red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. I just want to see how long this thing was. Jesus Christ, it's an actual book. The current era. Today, the realms inherited by the 3 Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Araja. The only one I don't have is the one that looks like a V8 engine. That looks like it could be Cucumber. I don't know if I missed that somewhere in here. Once again, stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains ever strong. The spruce and the birch that span across our realm serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, our mothers, our children, and this guy. Fuck this guy. All right. Paint and pint. Yeah, that one book that's just tore up is like super frustrating. Super frustrating. All right, so that's paint. Pint. The game got really quiet. I mean, like, quiet in the fact that there's no, like, ominous background music. I guess we're going east. I guess it makes sense. It would be quiet in the library. I've never seen the ballroom before. Dog. The freezer is interesting. We have so little less to explore. Or we have so little, yeah, we have so little left to explore. But it is a dead end. So explore we shall. Man, I'm running out of steps. Oh shit, we got music sheets. No, the utility room doesn't melt shit, but I think the furnace does. But we don't have the furnace either. 6 is R. 7 is turn. No, true, not true. Why turn? Because I write my own secret messages. True. It looked dark for a second. I don't know, man. I got macular degeneration. I'm literally going blind. You cut me some slack. That's right. I'm here to lead, not to read. How much of this do you have so far? Sheets 5, 6, 7, and 8. Which so far says sheets are true message. But I don't know what the first half of the sentence says. I can't press any of the keys. Clara and Simon in Eclipse Ball 1952. You leaving room for the Lord down here? Alright, good. Very Great Gatsby in here. Yeah, they won't let me play the piano. I need this to head north. Ooh, wait. It would cost me most of the steps to get back to the showroom. I need like the dining room or something. I was gonna say I could go and get one of the... I'm gonna do this, hold on. I am gonna spend... Oh no, I thought there was a door there. There's totally not. Alright, well I've wasted a step. That's my bad. Here's hoping, I guess.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Courtyard feels good. Maybe we can dig up a turnip. Have you done the foundation elevator? No, I have not gone back down the foundation elevator yet. Oh my god, silver key would be so good to make sure that we don't eat it real bad. Was there something in the picture? I didn't see anything. Yo, main monster, Ryan. Oh, that turnip is such a big pickup here. Ryan, Prime sub 88 months, dude. Thank you so much. This miso soup goes so hard. Oh, I love you too, man. I can't wait to see you again at some point for any reason, really. I think we stick the study in here. I don't even think I'm gonna go in there. I'm just gonna place it. Quick, somebody hold up the magnifying glass. Shore. It's a shoreline and a dress. Shore and whore. We got it. Coast and coat? I think it's gotta be coast and coat. Watch it be shore and whore.
This is the story of the newest denizen.
Yo,
of
to
the
Walking Dirt
cave.
Prime sub, 88 months. Thank you so much. Oh, there's dice in there. Fuck, I gotta go get them. Yeah, can't leave those behind. This is, again, the first day that we've seen inside the study. I don't know what the hell this thing does besides spin. How do those pictures correlate to letters? Because there's one letter missing to turn one into the other. That's a coast. That's a coat. It's missing an S. We have been told that there are 44 of these. And that the 44 letters are meant to make out a message. Did I get bat and bath? That's like the first one we ever did. I sure didn't. I'll go ahead and write that one down. Is there something on the desk? Yeah, it's a chessboard. And a candle. And a blueprint that I can't touch. Oh, the other desk? Oh, yeah. This was the room that explains it to us. I have no idea if these are actually used or not. But yeah, this is the one that taught us that they intentionally placed all this artwork so that we would have the letters. Yeah, I think it's probably a clock face. I think you're probably right. But I don't know how that would possibly... At this point in time, I don't know how that possibly equates into doing something with the globe besides just spinning it. Yeah, 44 rooms, 44 letters, and then the 45th room is obviously the antechamber. I guess face and ace is in the lobby, I suppose. What do you have so far for this one? DHEUEKSSIDAGGGHANCMASHF. There you go. That's what I've got so far. What do the unused pairings mean? Probably that we won't find this art sitting around out in the world. So 44 letters in the message. And a safe that I don't know how to open. And a king? I think? There's too many squares in this for it to be the... You know? That's a queen. That's what I meant. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something happens when you place the study on D8. So at some point, maybe we should try to place the study there and see if something happens. Hey, Reg, what's going on, homie? Could the unused pairings belong where the foundation was placed in the map, like each letter belongs where it was found on the map? Fuck if I know, man. There's so many letters. It needs to be pretty straightforward, or I'm gonna have a hard time comprehending it. Why did books pop up? Oh, right, because of the study. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarium. Oh my. It's a little late now, but I'll take it. Give me a turnip? God damn it, dude. Oh, shit. Food for sale gets me back to the shop. But the mailroom lets us figure out what freight shipping's all about. I'm too curious. I'm too curious. Paint, paint, and taint. Delivered here at the front. In 3 days, on day 18, if we find the mailroom, any day after day 18, when we find the mailroom, we will find a large parcel. Could be Crate and Crater. Maybe. Unless that's land and sea. Box. Crate. Cargo. Oh, Crate and Create. Damn, that's really good. Good for you. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Crate and Create has gotta be it. And it's the E. Smart. I think I would have gotten there, but it would have taken me a long-ass time.
Denizen of the cave.
Rusty, thank you for the gifting to Mr. Dave. Mr. Dave, well fucking played, man. That was a good one. That was tough. Four 4782. Damn, it's late. Hey, Vixair. I watched a full week of Taffy stream without sleeping past them at all. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate the hell out of you.
This is the story
Yo,
of
Dave,
the newest
you didn't have to do
denizen
that.
of the cave.
Dave passes it forward. Sliz Live, recipient of a very generously gifted sub from Mr. Dave, paying forward Rusties. The white letter is interactive on the shelf. We've read it 100 times. It's a letter from our dad wishing us luck. I can't see what that is. I can't see what that is. That's a fish. Hello, fishy. It's like floor and flower, or like print and plant or something. Sage and Page. Like, well, no, because it's got to be remove one letter, not change one letter. I just can't tell what that thing on the right is. We've seen it before. All right, we'll see it again then at some point. We need
This is
something
the
that goes
story
north.
of the newest denizen of the cave.
Many doors, please. Kiba on a 12-month gift from JJ Madison going into month number 9. Thanks to JJ for my sub and for making Taffy put up with me for another month. You're gall dang right. You're gall dang right. Let's re-roll these, huh? I've never been into the Mechanarium before.
This is the story of the
Yo,
newest
Vix Air on a
denizen of the
6-month gift from
cave.
Geist going into month number 6. Thank you both. Can I get to that side, or are we locked off over there? I can get to that side. I just want to be able to also have access to this side in case it comes to pass. The steps would have been good. I listen, if I get boned because I don't have the steps, you guys have every freedom to nanny boo-boo me. How are you enjoying Blueprints? It's all I've played since Thursday. And it is the fastest a stream has gone in maybe months, years. Is that flame? Fire? Match? Strike? Burn? Heat and wheat. God damn. Good call. That's hard. That was double hard. How many stars do I have? 8? Plus 1 key? Sure, I'll take a key. I hope that the steps don't come back and bite me. The fuck was that? Every time you enter the ballroom, your gems become 2. Ugh. I don't care for that at all. Don't mind if I do, please. That is, in fact, unlimited gems. Plane? Fire? Fly? Light and flight? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting complicated up here. This is where I'd very much like the game to give me a bedroom now. I think we roll it to try to find something with steps. Yeah, sorry, we do it for free. Can you launder steps? No. You can launder keys, you can launder coins, you can launder gems, but that's it. I haven't been in the music room. But I have to have the steps. Oh, I don't have the gems for the music room anyway? Shh. The freezer seems super smart. We're not doing smart today. Shoes on the floor, god damn it. Well, there goes another step. 2 steps. I don't know if I can even make it back. I think that screw up is going to cost me being able to get into the... I think that screw up is going to cost me being able to get into the foundation, maybe. I think I'm going to pass out right as I get there. That's unfortunate. I wish I had not done that. Oh, thank God the gymnasium's turned off. Ooh, boy, well... The good news is I at least get to come down here and see what's what. I wish I had those steps back. Oh, my heart. I don't suppose you guys got like an apple or something down here, do you? So that calls the elevator. And that just lets us through. I really thought there'd be more to this right here. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh no. Did I give you an AMG here specifically? Yeah, I mean, I trust you to use your best judgment. The fuck? Pilot? Oh, once the basement door is unlocked, it remains unlocked during future runs. Well, that's a huge relief. Now we have a pass-through. Yeah, pilot and plot. Yeah, I think that's right. It has been a really long time since we've run out of steps. I wish I could do anything about taking all this stuff with me. I feel weird, Jade, saying that one of the first places I'm gonna go when I can eat again is gonna be fucking Arby's of all places. I am making French dips this week because we've talked about Arby's so much that I've got like a Wild Jones going for it. Oh no, I don't have any steps. Man, I was gonna go back to the showroom and buy that thing that lets me keep 2 of my items at random. Damn. That was a good run, though. That was a really good run. The Mount Holly Garden excavation site. 25 excavated dig spots and 12 green rooms. Yeah, it was a good run. Let's load it up again. We're probably not going to play anything else today.